Midori, I stereo. I love you.
Guys, my name is Midori. Usually my channel focuses on American Girl dolls and Littlest Pet Shops, which you can see my Littlest Pet Shops all across my wall there. Today I want to go back to my roots. I've been on YouTube for 5 years, and the way that I started my subscribers and the way that I got subscribers on here, even though they're really inactive because it was 5 years ago, is I actually started doing J fashion reviews. So I decided to do a fashion review today. It's kind of a J fashion brand, but it's American owned. It's based in Los Angeles where I live, and so I decided to share with you guys and show you guys a bit an honest review if I think it's worth it, if I don't think it's worth it, and kind of that. We will go over the quality of the clothes, a try on haul, and basically just my review of my experience and everything else. I just wanted to say as well that before I went to the store, and I'll advertise on the website, there's saying size extra small to 5X, and whenever I hear size like extra small or size small, I don't usually look it up, but I did look it up and I did inquire before on the live stream about like their size extra small, because I was a little bit like shocked that their size extra small was size 5, because usually I'm used to like retailers having a 1 or a 2 as a size extra small, or at least like maybe a 0, and so I asked about it, and unfortunately I wasn't able to figure that out until I got in the store, because that comment was kind of like received as like a trolling comment. I retrieved the message. She actually told me to take my business elsewhere and open my own business. So yeah, needless to say, it was taken as like a troll comment. I was just a little bit confused because I wasn't able to get a clear answer on live, because my question of whether I would be a size extra small, which they say it ranges from a size 0 to size 4, and then their small is I think starting at 5 to an 8. So I just don't understand like how like it's supposed to stretch that far. So I was asking which one I was supposed to be, and I was just taken as a troll. So I don't really know what their real sizing and dress size is to this day, but I was really being genuine. So I'm gonna kind of tell you guys how it fits in me as a petite girl, and then tell you guys, because I know that a lot of my mutuals and the people that are gonna see this video are gonna be petite girls that follow me personally. So I'm gonna do that because that's like more my audience. But if you fit like around a size 28 to 44, you should be good. This is a skirt that I got for $5. I'm very happy with it. It's like a ballet skirt wrap type, but it's actually shorts. This says discontinued, but the batch I got was really small, which is the reason why I think that it was on sample sale. It is supposed to fit 5 or 6, but it fits me perfectly, and like I said, I'm a size 0 or 00. Okay guys, disclaimer, I have POTS. My hands are really discolored in some of these clips because I have really bad blood pooling in my hands. So my hands are like purple or red. I just wanted to say something because it looks really, really bad, and sometimes it disappears and sometimes it comes back. At least I can show this video to my doctor. I don't know. So I sandwich a skirt in between the sheer panel and the shorts, and use the shorts as like a little bloomers, and they're actually super cool because you can actually put your phone in them. And then I made a Dojifuku cord with this, and it's almost like a fairy K panniers that I DIY'd with the items that I already had and the items I got from the store. This is like alarm K look, dollette kind of cord in fairy K colors. I think it's super cute, and I paired it with little bloomers. I think that it's adorable. It's like something I would wear to a concert, not necessarily a J fashion event. It's a little bit more casual than that. And I paired it with this Princess Cerise bag that I had custom made, and I think that it really makes the entire thing pop. I also had this dress made by Princess Cerise, and it was a really big costly order. It was like a over $300 order, but I can't bring myself to wear this just because I really don't like the front of it. I wish it was a little bit more plain, so when I saw this piece on my Violet, I knew that it would elevate this dress. This cardigan goes for $68, and I got it for $25, which is a really good deal, and it flattens out those really busy shoulders that this dress has and makes it look like a really sweet dress. I'm not a fan of the shoulders, so I'm really glad to get this cardigan, and it looks amazing with my Peter Pan collar. Now that we're on the Lita cords, this is my Winter Fairy Season by Angelic Pretty. I think that this is my best find at the My Violet sample sale. It is so versatile and matches so much in my closet. This is a fairy K cord. I honestly would do this with a pastel wig and put stickers on my face and use a triangle Lolita headdress. I think it'd be really adorable, and I think that when I do this cord, I think I'm going to use my Usahana hair clip that I got from a Taobao reseller. These are from a Chinese independent brand. I got them for about $60 on Taobao. They're not from My Violet. They did come out with a really similar colorway, but they're not My Violet. Just to clarify, I didn't get them at the sale. This is my last item that I have to show. This is how big the wingspan is. It's huge. And this is exactly my size. It's an extra small. I was able to find it in extra small. And they have like these little bat ears. I think it's adorable, really. 4 items that I didn't show. This is my item that I am ending off with. I also got this gingham pattern sports bra, and I also got these 2 shorts for $10, which are, I think, originally $48. I won't be showing them because these are a true size 5. The teddy bear pants were not a true size 5. I do believe that those were put on sale because they were of smaller batch. These are too big, and for whatever reason, they're built to have room in the abdomen, so it just looks very weird. It makes my hips look bony, and I refuse. I think I'll go against YouTube's TOS if I wear these. They make me look skeletal and gross. It looks like a potato sack on me, so I will not be wearing these. I think that I'm just gonna keep these for around the house. They're $10, not a huge loss for me. And the skirt was $45, but I couldn't pass up. This is so adorable, and this is so my style. And it actually is marked as an L. I wasn't even gonna look at it because it was marked as an L. But if you go to the sample styles, you have to look at things like that. This is all, but this is something that I actually wore. If you look at my past video of my ACDC rag, I did lose a substantial amount of weight. I'm now 0, and before I was like a size 1 or 2. And these are from when I was a size 2, and this is up to the large that I got at my Violet. And the difference is like crazy, and yeah, this is like exactly my waist. So this is amazing. And I usually can't find anything that fits me, so this is amazing. This is a really good find, and I didn't think I was gonna find this. My haul is worth $437. I paid $95, not counting the skirt because the skirt is basically full price. It was $45, but I saved basically $437. So that's really great. And then for customer service, I feel like my customer service was all that great. I spent almost $200, and my clothes were folded up on a trash can, and the cash register is right there, and the trash can's like right there. And she literally put all my clothes on the trash can, and an influencer came by and was all like, "Oh, is that the trash can?" She said, "Oh, is that the trash can?" And she's like, "Oh yeah." And maybe I'm just not American enough for this, but she like lifted up my clothes and she like threw the thing she was eating into the trash can. And I'm like, why would you just say just a second with the customer? There was no urgency to throw away that. And why are you even allowing that in your... Why don't you have a sign that says no food or drinks allowed? I'm so floored. I am beyond appalled. I'm just very confused, and honestly, that alone is just not good customer service for me. Just like the bad omen of putting my clothes on the trash can. I just don't like that. And I'm not really a laid back person, sorry. And I know that there's like a very individualistic complex of like American people, and like I know that they're very individualistic. I know that they like individualism, and I know that like their like motto is like I don't owe you anything. But like the replies in the customer service that I've seen from my Violet is characteristically very much like I'm always in the right, the customer is never in the right, and I'm just very scared to complain even though I know that I was wronged. If they do not refund me, I'm afraid to like say anything just because I just feel like a lot of the replies, like people were saying stuff like, you know, like no returns but there's no dressing room allowed, and then it's just kind of like prissy, and it always like they reply back to them and they're like, that's standard, I fear. So it's like plus the message that I got from one of their affiliates, I just don't feel up to it. But I did message my Violet on Instagram, and hopefully I can get my money back. My items were so great. Honestly, I really love this store, but I'm gonna try to get it revised. But I had a bit of an issue. One of the persons in my party had a 6% tax, and I know that her total was more than mine, so her tax should have been more than mine, but she had a 6% tax, and I had a 10% tax.
So my complete total was $155, but the 9.7%, basically 10% tax, put $15 on my order, and then I was charged an additional $10 for shipping even though I was in person. And I'll insert clips, but I'm even photographed there. I was in person. This is not an online order, so I was charged for like shipping prices, but I just feel really awkward talking about it because the entire business replies that I've seen have been, if you can't afford to shop here, don't shop here. Owe you to make smaller sizes because this is not for you. If this is not for you, then it's not for you. If we don't fit in your budget, this isn't for you. And if we don't fit in your size range, this isn't for you, so don't shop here. That's what I get in the replies a lot, and I just feel like it's just like really passive aggressive. So I don't really even want to like really even, if I really was scammed out $10 for shipping, like, well, so be it. I'm just letting you guys know to double check your receipts, please.
I don't really know if it's like a malicious or if it's not malicious. I don't really know, but as I had said before, I did get a little bit like a snippety like message from one of the which I'll put on the screen, so I don't really know, but I want to so bad. I love clothes so much, and I've shown you guys my collection. I don't want any problems with anybody tells me clothes. I love clothes. I want to collect clothes. I don't care. I just want to collect clothes. So like I hope that I get my money back. If I don't get my money back, then that's just gonna suck, and I'm not gonna trust to sell either. I'm not going to trust to keep on buying from them because this is my first time as a customer, and I just didn't feel like my customer service was all that great. But other than that, everything was good. Everything was great. Bye.
Gave them 4 or 5 days to respond, and I got no reply. I think that I've been deemed a troll, but again, I should not have spent nearly $200 and get treated like a troll. Like, I feel like that's really ridiculous, but teach their own. For you, show what's applicable as 00 and what you can fit in the store, but I feel like my first reflection of the customer service reply that I got in the beginning. I feel like if I were at Ross or anywhere else and my clothes were full of the trash can, I would have just left, but I waited for the experience in line. I traveled out of my means. I paid for $60 parking. I did a lot of these things. I paid almost like $100 in gas. A lot went into this trip, plus the $200 almost that I spent, and the shipping fee. So it's like, if I were at Ross or anywhere else, I would have it on me. I would have the left. But this is a boutique on Melrose that is a luxury clothing brand. I mean, it's a luxury shop there. It is a boutique, and it is not for everyone's price limit. They make things in small batches. It is a boutique brand. It is a luxury brand. Totally rude comments from one of their employees. I still do it, and I really am just disheartened. But that's my little update of everything. I did give them a while to respond their lives, and they didn't respond to me, so I need to move on and just upload my video. And so that's all that I can say for right now. If there is a redemption arc, if I'm able to enjoy their pieces and feel like there's better customer service, yeah, sure. But right now, what I experienced, I don't really feel like I would want to give any more of my money to them, considering I gave $10 to them, and that's the way that my customer service was. The comments that I got, like that really rude comment, was very demeaning and rude because nobody, literally, like I said, I'm not a troll. I'm very active in the LA J fashion scene. I contribute to vendors. I buy lots of things from vendors. I spend $300 minimum whenever I go to Harajuku Day LA. I have bought lots of dresses there. I have made friends with lots of vendors there. The vendors know me by my name. People that come with just a clothing rack give me bags, give me hangers for my clothes when I spend nearly $300 on their clothes, and the way that was treated there was not the same. I literally have bought things from people with, stains on it, whatever, secondhand market, and they give me all these goodies, they give me all these nice things, and I have more pleasant experience than they did here. The response that I got from the employee alone should have been my first red flag, and, you don't know why somebody's underweight. That's just a very mean thing to say, like, you don't show up here, open your business somewhere else, whatever. Weird shit that was rude and unacceptable for an employee to represent a business in that way. Rude. And I feel like so very serious right now, sorry guys, but like that was so rude, and I am, like I said, very active in the Japanese fashion community in Los Angeles, and I frequently document my health journey, and that was very mean and just mean-spirited to somebody who's chronically ill. She has no reason why she doesn't know any reason why I'm underweight. That was rude, very rude people.
That's all I had to really say. I do have one last thing to show you guys though. I've given them like 6 days to reply to me, and they said on their website that the only way that they can refund is in store credit. Obviously, I don't want store credit. I feel very disrespected. I feel like it's really humiliating to have somebody else throw away their trash on my clothes, and that jumper that I bought to sleep with, the wingspan was like literally dangling above the trash can, and the employee opened it for that woman to drink. Like, I just feel very humiliated in front of the other customers. I feel very negative about that. They made a skit making fun of a customer refusing to pay $100 or thinking that $100 was very expensive. And so I just think that this company is just not my cup of tea. They made that post and they have not replied to any of my comments. I messaged them on nearly anything asking about my $10. I advise you to look at your receipts if you're going to go to the store, because I'm looking at other reviews as well, and other people are paying different charges for shipping. One review on TikTok says that they paid $8 for shipping. I don't know what they ordered through, if they ordered through TikTok Shop or what, how that happened, but they paid $8 for shipping, where I have a $10 charge, which is for shipping. Everything of the sale, except for on Facebook, has been taken off of line, where before this, I was looking at sample sales. I even saw things from last year. So last year they didn't delete everything, but this year they deleted nearly every piece of them advertising anything. They deleted everything. I also saw Motive and their Dolls Kill-esque type of business replies, like when Dolls Kill used to reply to customers and say things like, calm your tits. I feel like that's what they say. They're replying to like trolling comments or customers that are just like, trolls, and just saying things like, oh, this Halloween line is really cool, too bad it's December, and they're like, I fear this is, has been posted in Halloween, you're just now seeing this, and things like that. Like, stop feeding into negative comments and then treating your people that are actually spending money on you as if they're the trolls. Like, but you guys reply to everything else like rude because you guys are receiving trolls, but like, not everybody that even gives you money is a troll. That's just if they're going to be so very wary of having trolls, they should just not sell anything at all. That makes me very sad. But like I said, it's not about my $10. I can live without $10. I contribute to lots of vendors. I spend lots of money on clothes. It's the principle of the matter and the honesty in the business. And there are props in California's laws that you cannot give customers unknowingly charges without informing them, but they're just going to tell me that they have to give me store credit. I commented on almost everything, they ignore me, and then they post a sketch about a customer that will refuse to pay. So I don't know, and the customer in the sketch is exact amount, so like it's like $100, so I don't really know what is going on. But anyways, I guess that's all, guys. That's my update, and I hope that this wasn't such a negative review. I'll be back to posting Disneyland videos. Thank you guys. Bye.